was laying there in pieces. So it's fine. It's over. But I think this one works.
Reached out through the force and caused your battery to die on your phone.
Something.
Yeah, because Star Wars, hey man, Star Wars is the best thing to ever in this world.
It's finally working. Sorry about that, guys. I think that's a lot better. Okay. As we were saying,
We were talking about how Marvel. We started like kind of hating on Marvel, uh, and how like a lot of the latest movies have been. Okay, to be fair, I have heard that Thunderbolts has been phenomenal. And I hear it's because of Sentry and how flippin' good he was as a villain. Um, so it's been a good movie, but and a good villain, but the superheroes are a lot weaker and not as. I've also seen a lot of hate because people are like, I like the originals better because they like the original Avengers, you know. But anyway,
originals.
Right, exactly. And I'm not saying like we have to absolutely say, oh, these guys are better than the original. No one will be better than the original. Like, let's be honest. No one will ever beat Robert Downey Jr. as an actor or as an Iron Man or anything. Just won't happen. But we're still getting spoiled with what we've got. So I could probably sit here and like rant all day about Marvel. I'm just that.
Well, that's for sure. Wow, it is still saying.
Oh no, yeah, I'm seeing it over on my computer. We're taking turns freezing again.
You're not freezing.
Well, on my computer that's viewing as a viewer, it's we're taking turns freezing. Where mine will freeze and then yours will freeze, and then wait. So everyone is saying that Brandon's is the only one freezing. Maybe it's because you're like this will be our first and last collab, and YouTube is like we got to shut these two powerhouses down.
I have never ever seen this happen. I've never had something this bad. Like I just turned off my Wi-Fi and using cellular. Yeah, it looks like it now. Sometimes it gets caught in between. Sometimes the Wi-Fi is bad. Well, nope, now I'm frozen again.
Brandon Bricklot on my all account. Oh, I'm such a good friend. I am apparently not subscribed to you on my alt account. Star Wars related stuff. That's probably why.
I subscribing from you were subscribing like all my channels, and now you will not be. I'll take it.
This is like my alt of my alts. Yeah, this isn't. This isn't my personal account is subscribed to you. My Dungeons and Dragons account is subscribed to you. This was literally the only one that wasn't, apparently. And you're still frozen, my dude. Am I good? Radical dude.
On my end, like I'm watching it, and it's just not. I don't understand.
And then it's buffering, and then it's back. And so I'm frozen when it's buffering, but
Do that, and then it'll even out. So I'm trying to.
at least 10 to 15 minutes and see if it goes. Bricktonium's like too much awesomeness in one stream. Lego can't handle it. Probably.
Well, hopefully this works. Oh, someone put Bricktonium. I was waiting for him to come back because I had a surprise for him. I linked his channel in the chat just because. So,
oh, sweet.
You're welcome.
There you go. What can he say except you're welcome? For the shout out on YouTube. What can he say except you're welcome? Anyway, sorry. Okay. I don't know if you knew that, but I randomly burst into song. Hey, don't make that face. I was okay.
No, it was actually a lot better than I thought it was gonna be.
It wasn't the worst. I'm not warmed up or anything, so you know. What do you mean as bad? Oh, I'm very self conscious about my singing. Actually, like I don't do it in public usually in front of people, but I do sometimes here on YouTube. I'll check it tours. I'm terrible at keeping up with Instagram. Yeah, me too, Bricktonium. I am like not. I don't pay attention. I had someone tell me on Discord. Someone had added me on a friend as and stuff, and they were sending me all this stuff, right? And then they were like, and he disappeared. And then I finally got back to him. I was like, who disappeared? And they were like, you. I was like, I got a life outside of like flipping to Discord, man. Like what am I supposed to do? I have it on my phone, but I still, put on do not disturb when I'm in class or things. Yeah. And what's your go-to song? What's your go-to song? Oh, I could see that being your theme song. I could. You ruined it for me. I was about to be like so happy that you were living up to the Lego. What is his name? What is the main character? Everett. Emmett. That's right. I'm such a good Lego fan. I know all of the names. I know. I enjoyed it. It's been a decade since I've seen it, but I enjoyed it when I watched it. I think it's really cute, and I think it's a good message that everyone has something to contribute in society, and I really kind of wish more people would realize that and not give up on themselves. Because I don't know, man. I feel like too many people settle for the status quo and they don't demand more of themselves when they should. I don't know if that makes sense.
I would like to add to that, of course, because or I'm like I was actually kind of thinking about that this morning. Is like people are taught in our society to like just do what you hate and get money for it, right? It's like why? It's like yes, it's a little more risky, but do what you love and the money comes later. It's like it's what's your motive? Like if your motive is to just do what you love, money will follow. But if you just are like not doing what you love, you're not gonna you're always gonna be like slave to money.
100%. And I know I'm a little bit of a hypocrite in this, just due to the fact that I'm still in school. I'm still getting my degree and stuff to become a math teacher, and it's my backup plan. Like if YouTube doesn't pan out and things, I've got my 1 year plan, and then I've got my 5 year plan and stuff for the business. But it's like I'm still pursuing it though, is my thing. Because a lot of people don't realize you only lose when you stop pursuing. Because you're never like it's never over till you're dead, and even then, I'm pretty sure God negotiates. That was a Rafter reference. Did you get that one? Oh man, that one's like, isn't that a Disney movie? Ever After? Chat. Somebody look that up. Is Ever After Disney? I know it's blah 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 Cinderella.
Is that yes? That is how. Rawr.
Barry Manilow as Cinderella, but it was like it was a more realistic but not Brothers Grimm rough and gory. You know what I mean? So it's just super cute. It's a little romance movie. I absolutely love it because I'm a helpless romantic, and I'm gonna die alone. So it's okay.
Romantic movie. I tried. I watched the what's the one with Will? Not Will. What are you talking? What am I talking about? Ryan Reynolds and uh, yeah. Oh my gosh, that was terrible.
That's a rom com.
That's that.
I okay. I should clarify. Some people think rom coms are romances. They are not. They are just
What is the difference? It's just a lot of drool and like stuff.
like religious. Okay. Those that true romance is about that actual true and pure love. That that unconditional, and it's not that physical attraction crap that rom coms are. And you can always tell if they are a true romance is if the two main characters wait until they're married to sleep together. Yeah, that's my way. That's this is opinion QWERTY, so take it all with a grain of salt. I am not a movie connoisseur or expert, but when there's like inappropriate or raunchy jokes, that's when it's no longer a romance, in my opinion. And so, anyway.
I've only seen rom coms.
Oh no, romance.
That's probably why.
Have you seen Colin Firth's Jane Austen? Pride and Prejudice. Beautiful romance. It's so good. Except for Lydia, who is it's not a romance for Lydia for her story. But anyway. Um
It's a lot.
you did Lord of the Rings just fine. I know it's okay. Lord of the Rings is a romance. Yeah, Aragorn and the elf chick. Yeah, no, that's 100%. I know her as Betty Ross from the Hulk. Okay, oh, I this back. Wait, did I build this backwards? I built this backwards. My bad, guys. These are supposed to be over here. What? I know. It's like they're never gonna come back apart because it's Lego. It's permanent now. Like my depression. Um, no, it's good though. There's a lot of good. I love Tolkien so much. Are you do you get into the books and stuff?
But like I know I've started listening to some of the books. Uh,
Still?
he wasn't even
Um,
in it.
no, yeah, they should have had him in it. I saw this meme the other day, and it was like, why don't we just have Tom Bombadil go take the ring, destroy incorruptible, the force of the ring? They're like, yeah, but he doesn't get involved in worldly matters, and they're like, well, we could just tell him Saruman said his wife was an inappropriate name. And I was like, oh no! But Tom Bombadil would totally I think with his personality would totally go and avenge,
Well, it's
even if
like they took out Peeves from Hot Harry Potter, and I'm like, there was no reason to do that.
I'm okay. Full disclosure: I've only seen the Harry Potter movies. Yeah, I know. I love Tool House. The cookies are the best. Nice. Oh, hey, Piece by Payton. This set is normally $140. I got it for 85. 1,082.
Okay, that's a little bigger than it looks, I guess. I was like, holy cow.
I have 16 of this set now, and I want to get 4 more, but I don't know if that'll happen before it retires this year, later this year. We're gonna find out. But before I get any more for myself, I want to get one to do just for a giveaway on the channel and stuff. So I'm like, yeah,
That would be cool.
bake. Yes.
I was. I mean, the biggest cooking failure I've ever failed at was an apple pie. But other than that, cooking, I really enjoy cooking. So actually, that's what our pretty much the majority of our live stream was last night is cooking. We were talking about. Yeah, I mean, if I wasn't a Lego YouTuber, I would probably want to be a cooking channel.
At some point where I do like the cooking, the artisan baking, and like my cosplay and like anything where I'm making something. You know what I mean? And I that's part of my 5 year plan is to eventually get that going. But anyway, we hey, that's cool.
I'll put a picture of me and my girlfriend in there when I get one. So this is just for. We'll put this in the back for whenever. Maybe it might just get old and dusty and just kind of disintegrate forever. You never know. But
Like instant clarification of you know me and my girlfriend when I get one. I was like, that was not where I was expecting that to go. About to be like, oh, Brandon's dropping a lore bomb, and then it's just like, oh, sorry, just kidding.
just kidding. There you go.
Get a girlfriend. Maybe I can too.
Sure.
Yeah, it's Lego YouTuber folks.
Talking about this, like, if you have a girl, right? Like, I don't know if I want them to like Legos. Like, I think they would be okay with it, but I don't know if I would want them to be like a Lego YouTuber or anything. That could cause problems and space problems.
So I somewhat had gotten my ex-wife into Lego, and so she was a Lego Harry Potter fan. So most of the Lego Harry Potter I have was actually gifts I had gotten for her. Um, and I don't know. It was a bittersweet because at times it was really fun because we got to build Lego together and stuff. But then at other times it was just like you're stealing my thunder. Like go away.
If I was dating like a Lego YouTuber, like for example, you know how we do it on the channel. I'm not gonna say her name anyway, but like that one, we they would just be kind of weird. It would just be like
Oh.
it would just be. I feel like this there would be a lot of space. Like I want mine here. So
Right. No, that's fair. Honestly, like as long as they're okay with it and they understand the vision of what I'm trying to build here, that's all I care about. Um, because honestly, like with what I'm trying to build here, there that involves a lot of giving back to the community and there it is. I couldn't find my sticker sheet for a second. And understanding that this is a business and that it's going to take a lot of time and that it's not necessarily going to be and like any business, you have to build it before, you don't just have a $1 million business right off the bat. You got to build it or buy it. It doesn't just happen overnight. And so,
this to know if it works, because like, what's the point? if
do you see that? How much is missing out of the sticker? Like it's a big old chunk on the side. Oh no, I'm sounding like him and R. Okay, I need to just put the sticker on.
You, if you don't like Legos, you can leave. I mean, no one's gonna stay. But if you meant that in a friendly way, welcome to the family. Welcome to the congrats. That's awesome, Brandon. I got you a brick. Nice. Look at this. Yeah, like gaming.
I don't even game hardly ever. I've got one buddy I game with, and it's like maybe once a month now. It's anyway, rip.
I mean, these kids stream for like 5 hours.
Yeah, gaming. Yeah, it was. So it was kind of similar to what I did with the Jango Fett Slave One, but it was a birthday live stream, and it was on Twitch, and I do not do horror video games. Like I'm not a horror film guy. I'm not a scary kind of guy. Like I am a sensitive soul, and that stuff scares me. Okay, so don't. But for this live stream, I did Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, no, it was not. And the goal was to just beat as many of the games, just make it through as many of the games as I could. And I tried to doing it as a subathon, which for Twitch speak, that's for every subscriber, because they have it paid. That's a paid thing on there. I have to add 30 minutes to an hour to the live stream. And so people kept subscribing because they thought it was funny and that I was suffering. And so it just kept going and going and going. And I broke my gaming chair because I had a jump scare happen and I fell backwards, completely destroying the gaming chair. So I had to play on the kitchen chair. And that was maybe 2 hours into the live stream. So bad. I was,
I mean, okay, if you're just doing video games, right, it's fine, right? But when you're doing a VR, it's even worse. And so we got in the booth and we closed the curtains and like really literally 5 seconds. I was in, okay, me and this like I don't know how old he is, but he was like quite a bit younger. We both got in there and like it wasn't 5 seconds into the thing. I got the biggest jump scare of my life. I ran out the booth and like screaming, and then I was like, wait a minute, the little kid's still in there. So I ran back. I left him in there, and so I ran back and pulled him out. I was about to pull him out, but he was already running away.
leave the women and children behind. No, I'm just kidding.
Fine.
Gotta go.
Because one time it was in a dark room, and I came down our slide. We have a slide in our house. I came down. My little brother like decided he wanted to scare me in the dark, which is all, like that's funny. But he scared me because he's hiding in the coats. He jumps out. I back kick him because I was doing martial arts at the time. Back kick him right in the goodies, and he goes flying. And I was like, because he's my little brother, I was like, oh, he went flying. Oh, it was fun. It was really funny. He's never done that since. Like,
I was the youngest, so I was usually one doing the scaring and getting drop kicked out of existence. We Speaking of Star Wars, this is why Star Wars is cool. It brought me and my brothers together. We used to get those like crappy lightsabers that you have to like swing it and it flings out, and then it's like just it's a hard plastic. And those suckers hurt. If you ever got hit by one, like you would get bloody knuckles and stuff all the time. It was great. 10 out of 10, definitely would recommend. It's better than lawn darts, okay? Uh, but my older brother, he's 12 years older than I am. And so, as you can imagine, there's a little bit of a power disparity, disparity. What is that word? Where there's a difference, disparity,
It's been a while. All right, continue.
disparity. You know what? English is hard. Whatever that word is, there's a power difference there, and so we never beat him. My brother and I would always be on a team. My middle brother and I, because there were six of us, three girls, three boys, and so me and my middle brother were always on the same team, and we just never could beat him. And finally, one day, it got so it was intense because my middle brother, he was already we played where if you got whacked in the arm, that arm was gone, right? So it was like you got limbed. And so he already had no arms and only one leg left, and he was lying on the ground. And my oldest brother held the lightsaber up against him, and he was like, "Surrender, Padawan, if you want your master to live." And I just stared at him, and I flip in. You're not gonna get this joke, but hopefully chat does. Emperor Palpatine jumped at this guy. I was like, "So it's treason then?" Like where he jumps and he spins, and he's like across the whole room. And it was a good like 12 feet away from me, and I just jumped, and it caught my older brother off guard so much because he was expecting me to surrender, and I whacked him, cutting off his last arm, and he only had one leg, so he fell over, and my middle brother kicked his lightsaber so perfectly that when he landed, his forehead came down right on the blade of the lightsaber. And so that was the only time we ever beat my brother in lightsaber. And I'm gonna make a stop motion of this one day. I just know it. But it was so good. My middle brother is a drawer. He likes to draw comics, and so he made a comic out of it. And I was like, oh man, I need to make a stop motion because that's. I always got along better with my oldest brother than my other brother, but
So with duct tape warfare, we've done that for years. Yeah, we grew that. So you go to Lowe's and you get pipe, PVC pipe, and then you get pipe insulation, and then you duct tape swords. And like we made, it's fun because it's pretty, it's foam, it's padded, so you can like hit really hard. And then like what else did we do? We did we have axes. I made a lot of Lord of the Rings like elvish swords, which nobody's really made before, which are really cool. They're all like big and stuff. And so we did battles like that all the time. We'd have our friends over and just whack the crap out of everybody. It was awesome. Yeah, they're kind of like that, but if you get the pipe insulation instead of the noodles, they look really realistic, and then you can still like whack people. Yeah, we did that for the handles, and then duct tape for the blades, and then I would we made catapults and stuff, and it, it was fun. And then one time, our dad, I forgot why this was even a thing, but he brought home this uh, life-size rocking horse. From it was from one of our one of my uncles works at like a children's center for like disabled and stuff, and so someone donated a life size wooden rocking horse, and so we had a lot of good fights on that horse.
Please tell me you at least got that reference. Okay. I I gotta apologize in advance. You know, everyone's like, "Oh, Qwerty, you're so funny." Yeah, 90% of my humor is just bad references, and if you don't get the references, I'm just a weirdo that says random phrases at random times.
Quoted, I have no idea what like. I watch a ton of movies. Like I'm not like I know movies, but it's like the only time I didn't know it, I was like, yeah.
I don't watch a lot of movies. Like I went to the movie theater last night for the first time in since Thor Ragnarok. How long? Not Ragnarok. Thor. Maybe it was Ragnarok because I didn't see Love and Thunder. Was it Love? No, I think it might have been. I watched it because I've got Disney Plus. Um, so like I watched it at home, but no, I agree. Okay. I'm tangent time. I really liked Gore. Gore was so well done, and Christian Bale did such a good job, especially if you look at Gore from the comics. They did a good job. They did a good job of the portrayal of the character. Obviously, his motivations were a little bit different, but Island of the Gods, they did not do it properly. Like it was funny, like because they had a little bit of jokes, you know, in Thor Ragnarok. That was a little bit like extra, but in those a little bit too. Yeah, I mean, it definitely earned its PG-13 title from those jokes. But at least contextually they made sense and they didn't feel forced, and like, you know what I mean, most of those jokes were actually funny. And like the rock paper scissors joke, that's a good pun, that's good clean humor. That's what we need, that's what we like, because it made sense in the context. My big issue with Marvel right now is they're trying to force these funny jokes in, and it doesn't push the narrative, it doesn't push the story forward. No, and it's like, but the old jokes, like the jokes from Avengers, like Tony Stark waking up and being like, "Hey, you guys hungry? Like, should we go get some shawarma?" That was impromptu from Robert Downey Jr. And it was funny because it was like, "Oh yeah, after I've had a big workout or had a football game I finished playing at, I'm always hungry." Like, no, that's relatable. That makes sense. Yeah, bleh. Yep. No,
Exactly.
I could sit here and rant all day.
Well, it was more like it wasn't really like the jokes. It was just like the filming. It was like Thor's clothes flying off, and you're just like, really? Like that was just
No, 100%. And then, well, okay, and then what Zeus kept saying, "You're no longer invited," and I'm like, oh, okay, what? Like, that's not.
I mean, because okay, if we're on rants about movies, that's kind of how I felt about the Minecraft movie. Like I didn't really like it because it was just you could tell the agenda.
Is there like a political agenda in there?
That it's just you know that it's like they kids are gonna watch it, so they put all this junk like gay almost stuff, and it was just like it was too hard. And then at the end, the biggest failure of the whole movie was like they were trying to like make a good point after all they had done, and it was like nope, you just didn't do it. See, that's what bothers me. It's like it's fine if you have that if you're just gonna, but you know kids are gonna watch this, so no one pays attention to the rating anymore. You know, it's just the recognizable characters. I mean, I saw 5 and 6 year olds gonna go see Deadpool, like so it just doesn't make any sense.
I don't want to I don't want to get too preachy on your channel, man, but we need shame as a society. People need to be ashamed of themselves and some of the things they do, and me too. Like I've had shame has been a great tool. You know this. You knew I was over 400 pounds, right? Okay, and I think I don't know if I showed you the pictures. I asked if I had shown you some of the pictures of me when I was over 400 pounds.
Have to,
That's
but
fair.
I believe you.
But shame.
Amazing transformation, by the way. Amazing transformation, by the way. W's in the chat. W's in the chat for QWERTY. He worked hard. That is an example of hard work. It deserves a subscribe.
It, I ended up pulling myself out and things, but I don't know. I could do a whole rant on why I think people need to. If you do bad things, you need to feel bad. That's a normal human response.
We a lot of me and you, I think, like have the same values, so it's fine. Like to, but I mean, it's just stuff like that. It's like you know what your agenda is behind it, but you're gonna act like it's not. Like that bothers me a lot. It's just like, oh, they know kids are gonna watch it, but they put it in there anyway, and you can just tell.
The big thing is story. And this is probably why I don't watch movies anymore because nothing's about story anymore. They just keep recycling stories, and I don't care if it's not about the story. I don't care, and so if it furthers the story, then absolutely, include whatever you want, and kind of goes back to those jokes for Marvel, where if their jokes actually furthered the story along, then great, by all means have them. Um, for instance, let's go Ragnarok, where Hulk was like, "Oh, he's a friend from work." It's like, okay, that furthered the story along because now the master, game master, whoever, I don't even know, the grand collector, I don't even know who he's supposed to be. The bad guy from Sakaar was actually able to be like, oh, he knows my champion, and it was a critical plot point. But they were able to do it in a funny way. Whereas an example of a bad joke that had no point was Avengers Infinity War. No, Endgame, excuse me. Loved Endgame. One of the, like, it was peak, and I hate to say it, but it's kind of where things started going downhill except for Spider Man's last movie, and then kind of been it for me for Marvel. But when Captain America had the Mjolnir, and then he grabs Stormbreaker, and then Thor's like, no, 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 that one's mine. Give me that one back. They made that as a funny joke, and I was like, that. Do you really take a break in the middle of battle to? I don't know. To assign a new manager, and I got like 5 or 6 moderators.
a lot more to.
Is a lot of it you have to do on desktop is what I've been discovering because the mobile app has like the bare minimum, but there are just some settings that they just don't show. And I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I'm getting on my computer, but okay. I think there's a bit too much. Oh, I thought he was about to say there's a bit too much lag, which
He was saying on the Discord, there's a lot of probably crap going on. L lag, yeah, Payton. I am so sorry. I do not know what is going on. We will definitely probably try this again at some point. I don't know. Show must go on. Usually I can figure stuff out. I have no clue.
yeah, I'm wondering because are you running this through OBS or is this count as a vertical live stream that would show up on?
Use OBS. I did figure out how to link OBS to a vertical live stream, but I'm not using that. Like for collabs, it doesn't really work very well. I would not recommend that. For a single, it's good.
Traffic from that you would get on the shorts feed, for the live streams. It might be appropriate where like I'm just on Discord and then you stream the Discord thing and you stream it as a regular live. But I don't know. Because yeah, there you go. I've had some good luck with like my raft gameplay and stuff doing the vertical through OBS, and you can still get the traffic from shorts.
Out how to do that, and I finally figured it out, and I was like, "Oh, this is nice." I love doing the two cameras.
Definitely opens up a lot of windows.
It took a lot of research to figure.
Me, I mean, I just kind of changed the aspect ratio and stuff.
I had to get an extra thing. Yeah, because I mean, well, okay, I stream vertical and horizontal a lot, so I have both settings. So I get a plugin where I can just do both at the same time if I wanted to. So like they're both separate accounts, so one of them can do vertical and then one of them can do horizontal. That way I don't have to keep switching settings.
Did you just set up a separate profile on your OBS so you can just swap profiles?
Oh, Peyton said, "Oh wow, okay, that yeah. Well, this is my phone that I'm using right now, so I don't have access to Discord, so I'll have to go." IDK Bricks, welcome in. I'll take care of that, Peyton. Just let them. I can ban them later, or put them in time.
The only right way to answer IDK Bricks, by the way, when someone says hello there, is it has to be General Kenobi. And that's the only right way to answer that, by the way. See, for me, Star Wars, okay. Star Wars. Since this is the topic of the live stream, we've barely.
This is where it's gonna go down. This is where we need to settle this once and for all.
A cult classic, okay? It didn't start out as a cult classic, but it's becoming one. And the just sheer amount of memes that is being born from Star Wars, you can't deny there's a community for it.
There's a community. There's just
Yeah.
too much
Too much? Wait, what? There's too much?
community.
Well, I don't know if I'll concede that there's too much because it's like, okay, can you ever have too much culture? We just have our own subcultures now where we have our OGs, the original trilogy fans. We've got our Disney fans that love the sequels and the Disney shows. These ones are psychos. Stay away from them. They are wrong, except for Mandalorian and the anime.
1 and 2.
Yes. Um,
Doesn't really have anything. I have seen the movies, but it's been so long I don't even remember a thing. So it's like pretty much I haven't watched them. But I did watch Mandalorian, but I forgot a lot of it. I just know it was like a guy that walks around with a baby Yoda, and then when he took off his face, I was like, I'm not watching any more of this. He's too old. Like literally, I was so disappointed. I thought it was gonna be Chris Evans, and I was for sure, and it wasn't. And I was like, why is this some old dude?
oh, okay, that's fair. I didn't either, so I can't say anything. But
Like I have nothing against him. I was for sure it was Chris Evans because I was like, I'm pretty sure that's who it is, and it wasn't. And I was like, oh,
terrible. Nothing is awesome. Everything is terrible because of Pedro Pascal. Everything is terrible because he shattered our dreams. Um, I mean, honestly, if you haven't Clone Wars,
I said that's just what I rant about all the time. Oh, well, actually, you're the first person that disagrees with me. Everybody I've talked to said, yeah, we were disappointed too. Yes, they were like, we thought he was gonna be younger. They watched the show for the face reveal, and they never watched it again.
if they haven't seen Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the rest of the Mandalorian will not make sense to them. It just, I mean, it kind of will, but it won't, because that's when it starts involving characters like Ahsoka and Bo-Katan Kryze and the actual Purge of Mandalore. Like, there's so much background stuff that I don't want to say you have to have, but you kind of need to really understand what's going on. Uh,
Like Star Wars is like a lot of my fans on YouTube. I think are from the Clone Wars because no, like it seems like Clone Wars is bigger than actual movies.
and that's why I have the caveat of the animated series that Star Wars has been doing. Yeah, they've been phenomenal. So like the Bad Batch, Star Wars Rebels, things like that, those have been really, really good. And part of that is because they've been done by individuals like Dave Filoni and John Favreau who actually care about the franchise because they grew up on Star Wars, they love Star Wars, and they know Star Wars. Whereas the problem is we get these shows like The Acolyte where Disney brings in people who have never even seen Star Wars. And, okay, let me ask you this: you know very little about Star Wars. Okay, we've established that. Who blew up the Death Star? Luke Skywalker. Yeah, they didn't even get that right. These actors that they brought in, they said it was Anakin Skywalker that blew up the Death Star. They didn't even realize that Anakin was Darth Vader. Which, I mean, you knew that, right? Okay, I was about to say spoilers. It's a 40-year old. Okay, I was about to say it's spoilers, but it's a 40-year-old movie, so that's your fault, not mine. And so we have these acolyte where they straight up have writers and actors who've never seen the show. They don't have a single person, just the original six. That's exactly why they've been so bad. Bob, okay, hold up. Say that.
Boba Fett was the terror.
Say,
He's too
hold up. Hold on. No, no, no. No. We'll address that in a second. Say that again. Say his name again.
Boba.
No, that is not what you said. Do you know? Do you realize what you've done? No, you said Baba. You said Baba. You just called him father in Hindu.
That's how you say it, Boba Fett, not
Baba.
Boba.
No, no, Brandon. No. Oh, I have to go vomit. Um,
Like what?
no, I don't care what chat says. The right answer is Boba Fett.
No, that's like
Boba tea. Yeah, yeah. That. I'm gonna do like flipping Yoda death noises soon if we're not careful. I'm gonna. That's another. That's oh man, that's another meme that you probably don't even get from Lego Star Wars, the original trilogy video game. So good. Brandon, what would I do?
right. Did I get that right at
Okay.
least?
I'm sorry. That sounds like something. That sounds like an inappropriate innuendo. Django Fett. Django. That no. There's no way that that's not a swear word in some language. No way. That does not have inappropriate meaning. Oh no. Oh no. I am dying. Okay.
All right. Well, I can. Well, here, since it's funny, I will just run down what I know, and and then maybe
Aneurysm. We can go from there. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
to answer them with what I know.
Okay. Who is the main bad guy in Star Wars?
Quite a few of them.
No. There's only one actual bad guy. You know what? Wrong. Okay.
It's actually Emperor Palestine because he made Darth Vader.
Palpatine. Yeah. I. This is. We gotta be careful. This is gonna get you canceled, bro. Talking about Palestine. Uh, maybe I don't know. Is that a political topic anymore? I see. That's the problem. I I no. Okay, hold up. I
Someone just unliked the video. This is hysterical.
I know I'm tracking more about like Star Wars politics than real life politics, and the real life politics actually affects me. So maybe Brandon is the one that's right here, and I'm wrong. Uh
Grogu, not Baby Yoda.
okay. How about this? Who? Well, you already knew Anakin Skywalker, so that's. You know who Luke's sister is, right? You know, okay, now you're just lying. You're just lying now. You're just lying.
Um, what's her?
Okay. Princess No, Leah.
Had 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 a had Padme. That was it. That's his sister. So maybe I was a little off there, but at least they're family, right?
Well, that just reminded me of a really bad Larry the Cable Guy joke.
I'm not saying that on this stream.
Very inappropriate is, and so you know his family jokes are not appropriate. I'll have to see you in the Discord later, but oh man, I okay. We've got 6 people here. We are disappointing them. The correction, Brandon's disappointing them.
In the chat, no one's like saying anything.
Shock and awe about how wrong everything that just came out of her face was. Even the expressions. No, I pineapple. I'm dying inside. No, no, it's fine. No, yes, I'm dying inside, but it's fine.
Okay, we're good.
It was more about Star Wars than me. You know what, Freeze. Let me ask you this, Freeze the pig. Are you subscribed to Brandon? No. This is a legitimate question. Are you subscribed? Freeze. Are you subscribed to Brandon? This is super important. The next thing that you comment, Freeze, is going to determine so much for your future here. It's more than you know. This is. He said yes. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Pig. Here's the thing. No, don't subscribe to me. If you don't know Star Wars, you're not gonna like any. Okay. So because you're subscribed, you're allowed to speak. I was about to say, if you're not subscribed to Brandon, don't speak. No, that's fine. Okay, as long as you're subscribed, then yes, your opinion is now validated through your subscription to Brandon. So, yeah, don't subscribe to me though, because all of my stuff is Star Wars, and it's not gonna mean anything to you. I don't know, Brandon. What do you think? Should they subscribe to me if they don't like Star Wars? I feel like my content. It's been nerfing me pretty bad. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. Okay, maybe you can put this to bed for me. I've heard a rumor that if someone who doesn't usually watch your kind of content subscribes to you, it can actually hurt your channel. Is that true, or are people just full of it?
There is a point where yes, it hurts, but there is a point where it's not. Like take Mr. Beast for example, right? Okay, like not everybody watches. Everybody that's subscribed to him, like the almost 5 million people are subscribed and don't watch him, right? Like that. So, but at that point, he's so big, it doesn't really matter. It just gives him credibility because there's a point where subscribers are as count as credibility. Because if you think about it, it's like say all my if my channel say every one of my videos had maybe over 1 million views, right? And you looked at my channel, I only had 100 subscribers. Would you watch me? Probably not. You'd be like, you wouldn't even look at my videos. You'd just be like, oh, he has 100 subscribers. No one cares. Like, I can have the best videos in the world, but people wouldn't care. But there's a point where subscribers do matter. Because if you're posting shorts, your subscribers, you get a lot of subscribers from them. And do they ever watch your long form? No, probably not. Probably never will. But I would suggest if you're a small channel starting out, I know you want those subs, but don't just post random crap to get subscribers because what really matters when you're starting out as a YouTuber is the watch hours and the engagement. Those are the two things I would focus on. If I had to redo my YouTube career all over again, I would not. I would focus on content. I would focus on hours and engagement, and that's why I love live streaming. Is just because you get a group of people that love you and like support you, and that's going to get you much farther than you having 10,000 subscribers and no comments on your videos.
Streams too because they're there for you. You know, a lot of the times when your video gets clicked on, especially when you're the size that we are, like, you know, I
In the Lego niche, we're not comparing him to Mr. Beast. We are like, out of 1 out of 10, we're like almost a 3, and that's good.
small channel until I'm making millions of dollars. I'm a small channel. No, I'm just kidding. But
Yeah, people don't. People can make full time living without millions of subscribers. It's crazy.
going over some of that the other week. Okay,
People that have like a garden channel that has, I think, 30,000 subs, and they're making 6 figures. I'm like, how is that possible? I remember she told me, she was like, my business just hit $1 million this year, and I was like, on a garden channel? Like, congratulations.
if I can get my YouTube up to what my TikTok was at its prime, I think I'd be doing pretty well. Yeah, that's actually no, that's fair. Probably way better.
YouTube has a much better thing, I feel like. Again, I'll be quiet on that because I've never actually used TikTok because it just
I'll be that person before before they have monetization and stuff.
people were having. So
Well, part of it. But even then, as creators, they did not like they launched their creator. What is it? It's basically I have 6 hours with 50% engagement. Hey, that's still good, pig. Like yeah, we all gotta start somewhere, man. You know, like that you could have 0 watch hours. Like it's it's been I've been there. Um, but no, they started the creator fund program and it was still pretty in its infancy. It was still pretty new, and I signed up for it, and everyone else that I knew signed up for it because you had to have at least 10,000 followers, um, which on TikTok, I don't know how it is now. Back in the day, that was kind of difficult. That was kind of a big thing. If you got to over 10,000 on TikTok, it was good. I don't think it means that much anymore because now everybody's on TikTok and it's super flooded. But I don't know. And so I had that and I applied, and every other content creator buddy of mine that I was talking to at the time, we all kind of applied at the same time. And we were having thousands, tens of thousands of views on each video. Like we were growing, it was good. We were getting new followers, all that good stuff. The second we all signed up for the Creator Fund, we quit getting pushed to the For You page. And it became a followers only. And so all of our growth stopped. All of it just tanked. And so within less than 3 months, we all quit the Creator Fund because it just was not helping the channel. Like it doesn't matter if we're getting paid for our views now if we only get 200 views on a video when I was getting 10,000 to 500,000. You know what I mean? And so yeah, it was rough. And so I always kind of approached their stuff with a little bit of hesitancy. The one thing they did super well, and they did very well, was TikTok Shop. And I will concede that that one did well. but then it also started getting abused by a bunch of spam channels that just started doing buy this video, buy this stuff, and then it got so bad that there was no actual content on TikTok anymore. It was just a shopping platform, and that, yeah. Anyway,
Sadly, uh, yeah, Instagram changed. There's a lot of shop like selling stuff. It's almost like Facebook now, just the ads and stuff.
I'm not on Instagram all that much. So I I was on Instagram a lot more. I set a time limit for me. I'm only allowed 30 minutes a day on Instagram. And it's gotten to the point where I only have enough time to respond to maybe a couple of fan messages and then the memes that my sister and one of my best friends that I know in real life send me. And that's pretty much all I do on Instagram. What was that? Oh, is that a beef?
Well, thank you, Christian. By the way, welcome in. So glad you're here. I have 6 hours of watch time. Ooh, wow, nice. Yeah, Cordy. After your like blow up video, do you have like a good amount of hours now?
Hours? I'm at 1,500 now. Yeah. So I'm halfway there on the crowdfunding stuff. A little over, actually. Um, but it's mostly I think it's just the consistently posting each weekend, having a long form video. It's starting to become a staple where people are like, "Oh, it's Friday, Cordy's video's out," and people are watching for it now. I think.
Like I can only do one video a month now. It's like, but I make sure it's big. But it's kind of. I was like, I was growing so much, and then I had to go into it. And I'm kind of like, I gotta get back into it. But
Like, because I've been trying to figure out maybe batch recording for some stuff, and just that way I can start getting a. I want to get because I'm really bad right now. I'm at the point where I make the video the same week I post it, and I want to get past that to where I'm making the video that I'm going to be posting in like two weeks to a month, or maybe even further out. Um, because a lot of my stuff is not time sensitive. A lot of my stuff is like evergreen, where it's like, oh yeah, no, this would be funny or this will be entertaining or relevant 10 years from now. Like taking my kids' advice to do with my Legos and taking it to the park and pushing it on the swing and I don't know. I'm trying to do more of that, but it does seem like there's some topical stuff, especially with the Lego Star Wars niche of the new leaks and stuff, which I know you probably don't even care about the new leaks. You're probably like, yeah, okay.
no, I mean I keep up with all the sets that are coming out if I can.
To be fair, I don't track any of the other leaks. Like I don't care about any of the Disney stuff. I found out about Sleeping Beauty Castle, and I was like, okay, I don't care. So that's what I've heard. I don't know what it looks like. Like I haven't even looked. Isn't that one out already? Is that yet?
I don't have. It's so expensive. I'm like, ugh. And then I'll have all the Disney castles. I have all of them.
Great, man. That's good for you. Yeah.
But they just released all their new ones, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
Are you trying to manifest? Like, are you a Disney princess?
I I like all the old animated like stuff. I guess it reminds me of my childhood. I don't know. Oh, it's just like everybody reviews the Star Wars sets. I wanted to stand out, and I'm like, no one reviews the Disney sets. I would just review the Disney sets.
solid niche to break into.
They're actually really good builds for the most part. I love the modular buildings and stuff they're coming out with. Uh, I love that they're finally doing more adult Disney content because they were just doing the mini dolls and no one likes those. Hex837, welcome in, dude. Thanks for coming.
As you, did you come from my Discord? If not, I'm gonna look like a total like I don't even proud. I know. Well, no, if he didn't come from my Discord, that almost makes it worse because then I'm like, I'm so big. It's my Discord that's bringing everyone to this chat, even though it wasn't. You know what I mean? Discord. Although I hate to do this to you, Brandon, they did show up for Tommy for Lego Timmy's stuff more, but that might be because he was building tanks and stuff, and we've got some major tank lovers in the Discord. And if you're just railing on Star Wars, they might not be as interested in watching that. Just saying.
Yeah, just trying to. Guys, if you're new here, if you joined the Discord, I dropped my thumbnail to my new video coming out Friday. So excited to share this with y'all. It took me a long time to make, and so I'm excited to let you all know that there will be a new video out Friday. I'm working on it right now. It's taking a lot of editing, so I hope you guys enjoy it.
I mean, I probably already know. There's a few we're working on.
Watching. Here's the secret. Here is what get an exclusive look of the next video.
Go join his Discord. Become part of the community. You'll find out there.
But for those of you that are here, I took a Lego minifigure, the world's first Lego minifigure, on every single roller coaster at Silver Dollar City, and you'll get to see that come out Friday. It is the crazy. That guy, welcome in. So that is what the video is about. It is wild.
Dobby is doing some things. Did you see what he did to Dolores? To Dolores Umbridge?
Oh dear.
And there's like 3 or 4 episodes of Darth Dobby out now on the channel. And I want to say it was episode 2. Dobby went and hunted down everyone that was ever like a major threat to Harry. And so he took out Voldemort. Like Voldemort's dead. He did that to Dolores. And oh man, it was like, and all this happened in 30 seconds. And I've got people commenting left and right saying absolute cinema or pure cinema. Like, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is getting out of hand. But it's getting like 30,000 plus views each video. I have to keep feeding the Darth Dobby gremlins or they're gonna eat me. Um, does she ever die in the book? I feel like She doesn't. I feel like she gets away.
Yeah.
And I see her, I never understood. I never understood her because she's not a pure Death Eater, right? So she shouldn't be on Voldemort's side, but she basically is on Voldemort's side because she's doing whatever she can just to mess with Harry Potter and friends. Is that accurate?
Fallen. So pretty much everybody that worked for the Ministry worked for Voldemort.
All the rules that he was putting in place? Like, so she was on Voldemort's side without officially being on Voldemort's side? Is that what that it means?
Voldemort. Uh, who was it? I think it was the beginning of like the Deathly Hallows. It was like, remember they were having their big meeting, and then he would like torture people, and I bet whether I mean she was just evil, but like you never know.
Because there was no choice.
To like he didn't really have a choice.
Like they got rid of him, and then in Deathly Hallows, it was the new minister, and then he got killed during the invasion or the attack that happened during the wedding at the Weasley.
I feel like she did.
Second in command. You only see him for like 30 seconds, but the new minister was that hippie looking dude with the long.
She was. I think she was like second in command. Yeah, I mean she was bad, but she just wanted power.
That literally Voldemort put into place and put into power after the attack on the ministry. Wouldn't she have known that she was working for Voldemort at that point? Because there's no way she wouldn't have known.
Came together is because they wanted to get rid of Hogwarts because after Dumbledore died, right? Everyone wanted it. So at that point, after Umbridge was fired from Hogwarts, now everybody just wants Hogwarts because it's unprotected.
Play.
The only way to do that was through Voldemort because the only one thing Voldemort wanted was revenge, and so he had to work through Umbridge. So I think it was just kind of like that type of thing. Things, but I don't know. Technically, that was not about Star Wars, but yeah, I mean, I rant about Harry Potter because that's I like Harry Potter a lot.
My thing is, I'm a relatively well rounded nerd. So, like, you could even ask me about Warhammer 40K and I could at least have a conversation with you about it. Speaking of, do you know Warhammer 40K? Have you have you heard about the good news of our God Emperor? No, I'm just it's super funny. It's kind of like it's space racism is what it is. It's so good. I I love it so much, but it's totally space racism. Um no, the short story is that the world or the universe I should say because it's a good morning, buddy. Did you have a good nap?
Is in the house. I know. Sorry, it's a little laggy today. We cannot figure out what is going on, but you should be able to hear us fine. It seems like everybody's hearing us fine, so it's just the video.
First and last ever collaboration. So YouTube is like, oh, we gotta make sure it's as miserable as possible.
So I think
It's Warhammer 40K. It's amazing. There's different factions. They've got these space elves that are kind of like the space supremacists, where they think they're better than everyone. Actually, all of the factions think they're better than everyone. So that's across the board. Um, and then humanity has different factions too, but the main one that most people know are the Galactic or the Space Marines, and the Ultramarines are the blue guys that usually people recognize. But I'm sitting here like diving in too much. I let me just tell you about the orcs. Last thing, these guys are great. The orcs have a special power because they're connected to the warp. The warp is how they get there faster than light travel. But you have to be careful because when normal people or elves or anything look into it, they go insane. So you have to kind of not look into it. And that's actually where the corrupted factions came from. When they get exposed to too much of the warp, they kind of mutate you and you become a monster, basically. You become an abomination. Um, but the orcs are immune to it. But it gives them a special power where their imagination triggers things. So, what I mean by that is if an orc grabs a piece of metal and lines it up with two pieces of metal and says, "This is now a 4K monitor," their imagination makes it become a 4K monitor. And so they're able to craft things and kind of just because of their imagination, which is crazy because they're super unintelligent. They're not the sharpest tools in the shed. But what they do is they get several orcs together and they all grab a big old piece of metal and then they all pattern themselves in like into the shape of a tank and they all start chanting tank 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 and then it forms into a tank around them, and that's literally all of their technology is off this imagination where they can just make things happen by willing it into existence. And so that's why I love them so much because they're so dumb but they're so crafty, like it's so good. Go play in the living room then. It's glorious. It's glorious. Are you a clone? I'm a clone. I just realized it's already almost 4 o'clock here. That's crazy.
Staying around. So.
Oh, did it come with all of them? You didn't have to pick? You gotta, or are you building just one?
Dots. There's so much you can do with them, right? Like these are all the extra pieces, and it's just it drives me crazy. It's like I want one thing, like to build one thing, and the instructions are really bad, but it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. I actually, it's not bad. Like there's some cool pieces and stuff. By the way, this is a sticker on the back, so that's pretty cool. So it's I like it, but at the same time, it's kind of like yeah, I don't I don't like dot sets. I built one and I'd rather not. But I do have the rest of the Disney line, so these are pretty cool. And then again, oh, my Spider-Man web shooter. If you have not go see that video, it's legit. It's a really cool thing. So it's nice. I want to make a permanent swing from it, but you know my dreams. Takes a lot of thought that goes into that. To hang from Lego, that's like rock climb with Lego. That's not very smart. Will I do it? Probably. That's
It doesn't count. Oh man, brave soul. I I don't know. Did you get that one video I sent you on Discord with the tank shred thing? Yesterday, like it's pretty recently, and I see in the group, not directly. Kind of also wanted that to be like, hey, here's maybe some ideas for other people. But it was a really good YouTube video I saw, and it had like 40,000 likes or something like that. Uh, and it was basically this father and son duo. They were showing off this treadmill, not treadmill, big old tread tank they had made, but they were showing off the suspension they had built. And I was like, you need to show off your Wally suspension and stuff in this same kind of fashion, and I bet you it would do really well.
Okay. All right. Well, it is 5, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up. My phone is about to die, probably. So, thanks to QWERTY Clown for being with us. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. And thank you so much for watching. Sorry for all the tech problems. We will do this again for sure and get everything worked out. But thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for our new video Friday. And I will see you guys later. Peace.
Bye.